Hello students. Today in chapter number 2, Principles of Management, we are going ahead in Frederick Tiller's principle. Up to last lectures, Frederick Tiller's principles are done. Now that principles, how we are applying in the business, that we are discussing today. Its technique, how to apply that principle in the practical units, business units. So for that, one question can be asked in the exam, that is, explain the different techniques of scientific principles of management. Second question, methods of scientific principles of management. Third question, techniques of scientific principles of management. Any question can be asked, but answer is only one. That is, this three study. After doing these three studies, we can apply scientific principles of management, and that is, first one is time study, second motion study, and third differential wage rate study. By applying these three studies, we can easily apply scientific management. Now first one, time study. Now time study, as per the name, you can understand very easily. Time study means what? In which time limit work should be completed. Decide it. It's a time study in a simple sense. Now, 3 points are covered. Actually, 4 points are covered. Time study means what? Time study means to determine the standard time required. Simple. To determine standard time required. Now, standard time required for what? To complete a well-defined job. Any work can be completed within which time? Decide it. If more time taken by employee, it means employee not efficient. If less time taken by employee, means employee is very efficient, doing a fast work and with best quality. That can be judged. But first of all, we have to study time. In which time work should be completed. So, standard time required for completing the work. Second thing, whatever time is decided to finish this work, in normal circumstances, important thing is, in normal circumstances, normally work should be completed within the decided time, is called standard time. What is meant by standard time? What do you mean by standard time? So standard time means whatever time is decided to finish this work is normal, in normal circumstances is called standard time. So decide standard time. In normal circumstances, work should be completed, and that normal time is called standard time. As per Taylor, a task should be finished in prescribed time. Task should be finished within the prescribed time, and its careful study is time study, because whenever we are going to study time, then it should be proper. Suppose less time is given and work is more, then nobody can complete it. And if more time is given, everybody can complete it. So time should be proper, and that's why, as per the Taylor, a task should be finished in prescribed time, and its careful study is time study. And last one, time study is useful for making optimum use of production equipment and achieve aim timely. Now, because of time study, what happened? Whatever resources is available, that we can utilize in maximum way, and our goal is achieved in time. Simple. So, in short, what is time study? Make a standard time, decide the standard time, and within that time, in normal circumstances, everybody can complete his work with best quality. That is time study. Now, only 2 marker question also can be asked in the exam. Explain time study. That's it. So write only this 4 point. You will get full marks. Second one, motion study. Now, motion means here and there. Now, here and there, yes. Workers are going for the work from one place to another place. Sometimes machines are required from one place to another place. So that is the motion. Motion study is also required. Suppose workers are going from one place to another place again and again, and for that time spent. So that is the unnecessary time spent by the worker, and it is not good for the unit. Maximum utilization of time cannot be possible by this way. So motion study is most important one. So here, motion study means what? Method of removing wastage of resources due to unnecessary, most important thing, due to unnecessary, unproductive movement of man and material. So what is motion study? In 1 mark, then you have to write, motion study means method of removing wastage of resources. Removing wastage of resources due to unnecessary, unproductive movement. Why this is wastage? Wastage of time because of unproductive movement. From one place to another place, persons are going and time wasted. So unnecessary movement of resources of man and material. So man and material unnecessary movements are reduced. That is the motion study. Simple. So first point, what is motion study? Second point, its aim. Why motion study required? Its aim at increasing the productivity of worker by eliminating unnecessary movement. Now eliminating this unnecessary movements and productivity increasing. Simple. Now third point, motion study. The main object of motion study is to find out method which result into minimum wastage of worker and its implementation. So find that method so that wastage of worker can be reduced and its implementation becomes easy. So find that method and implement it. So 3 things are there. Only 3 things. Unnecessary movement of resources, reduce, productivity increase. Find that method so that workers' wastage is reduced and implement that method. That is the motion study. That's it. Sometimes to complete production process, one unit passes through one process. To complete it, second process is also required, and that machine is far from that particular place. If 2 machines are arranged together, then one process completed, and within no time second process started and second process also completed. But suppose these 2 machines are at different places, then what happened? First process completed. After first process, goods taken and go to another place where the second process is going on. And at that place, second process starts and completion of production is there. So there is motion study. Because of that movement, time wasted, and that's why motion study is required. Make arrangement of two machines in that way so that one process completed, then after within no time second process starts. So between that time period, that time is saved. That is possible only by motion study. So second question also can be asked, explain motion study of Frederick Taylor. You can do in this way. You can write just 3 points, get full marks. So 2 studies done. Because before applying scientific principles, this study is must to do. So time study, motion study completed. Third, differential wage rate study, piece wage system. Standard decided. Person, employees, workers can produce this much units. But suppose efficient worker produce more, then pay more. Produce less, then pay less. This is the differential wage rate system. If efficient worker is producing more, inefficient worker cannot produce that much, and both are paid same wages, then definitely efficient worker dismotivated. So to motivate inefficient worker, efficient worker should be given more wages so that inefficient worker also motivate to produce more, and ultimately benefit is to the unit. And in this concept, this differential wage rate method is applicable. So Taylor has advised the adoption of differential wage rate study to motivate the employee. Why this differential wage rate study applicable? To motivate the employees. Second thing, as per this system, wages are paid on the basis of work done by the employee. How wages is paid? Work done by the employee. In that way wages is paid. Third thing, work efficiency of every employee is different. All employees are doing in that way, and efficiency is different. If efficient worker gets more wages, whereas an inefficient worker gets less wages, so this system would motivate workers to produce more. Hence, business unit perform better. Simple. Because whenever efficient worker given more wages, other efficient worker motivated and try to do more work, and ultimately benefit is to business unit. Simple. So time study, motion study, and differential wage rate study. After doing this study, scientific principles of management of Frederick Taylor is applicable. Now, if remember all the things of Frederick Taylor, traditional method, rule of thumb, challenge given to that traditional method, and new scientific method is applied. In that, as per the quality of employee, give them work. If person is doing more work, efficient worker is there, then give more wages. Targets are given, but which can be possible to complete in natural circumstances, normal circumstances. These 3 suggestions are given. On that basis, 8 principles given by Frederick Taylor, and that can be applied after studying these 3 things. This is whole related to Frederick Taylor. Now, which is the next topic? Classical theory. In classical theory, Frederick Taylor has given these suggestions. Henry Fayol also gives suggestions in classical theory. Because classical, neoclassical, and modern theory. In classical theory, Henry Fayol, Frederick Taylor, Henry Fayol. and third, Max Weber, that we are discussing in detail. Then after neoclassical, Alden Mayo, that is also discussed, and modern theory, that we will discuss. Now, next topic, Henry Fayol. Now, what Henry Fayol has done? So, one question, into which 6 parts did Henry Fayol divide entrepreneur activities? Explain. Now, activity of the entrepreneur is divided into 6 parts as per Henry Fayol. Explain it. This question can be asked for 3 months only. Now, Frederick Taylor completed. Henry Fayol divided activities of the business unit in 6 parts. Entrepreneurial activities are divided into 6 parts. Second question also can be asked, where this principles and 6 parts are given. So, it is in Industrial and General Management book written by Henry Fayol. So, Henry Fayol had given this all the things in his book Industrial and General Management book. Now, which are these 3 parts? So, first of all, to understand these all things, think you need to open your factory. You want to start, you want to manufacture something, and you want to start your business. So, which activities you need to do? What you need to buy? How many employees required? Which departments are required? Think it. So that automatically you can understand this, all the things. These 6 parts are related to that thing only. So first of all, for the production process, you need machineries. You need workers. You need engineers. Definitely you need. So that is the one part of the factory. Technical. It's a technical department, we can say. So technical activity. So how many activities? 6 activities presented by Henry Fayol. So first activity is what? Technical activity done. Now in technical, what is included? Simple. Factory machines and activities of production. That's it. Because first of all, we need to manufacture something. So what we need? Machineries and engineers and workers. That all the things are covered here. Technical activity completed. Going ahead. Second one. Second part is commercial. Simple logic. If I am producing first, then what is my target? Sell it in the market. To produce, purchase raw material, sell it. Sometimes if goods is not proper, then sell. Return is there. If we have purchased goods which is defective, we can return it to the supplier. So exchange of goods, replacement of goods, this all the activities, purchasing, selling, is the commercial activity. So after production, commercial activities then. Purchase, sales, exchange of goods, that's it. So first, again, which is the department? Arrangement of machineries, engineers, worker, all the related to production activities, that is technical activity. Second is commercial activity. Now commercial done, but for that what need? Money. So acquisition of money, use of money, earning of money, after earning, distribution of money, reinvestment of money, and maintaining some fund. Distribution of money means what? Which is need in the unit, which is need in the business, and remaining are distributed among the owners. Some are reinvested, some money, some profit is reinvested, some profit is distributed among the owners. Simple. So this is the financial activities. So in financial activity, procurement of finance means getting finance, use of finance means procurement and use of capital, fund maintenance, some fund should be maintained in the company, reinvestment, these activities are covered by financial. So think. Very easy, 6 parts are there and it is necessary in each and every field. Some parts may not be in service departments, may not be. In some sectors, some parts are not required. Suppose production is there, then there is the machinery. If no production, no machinery. So technical department not required. Simple. But each and every unit required some parts. Some parts required in each and every unit. So again, repeating 3 parts. First is what? Technical activity. Machinery, production activity. Second is what? Commercial, purchasing, selling, exchange of goods. That's it. Third is what? Financial, procurement of capital, investment of capital, reinvestment process, maintaining fund. These are the 3 parts. Second 3 parts here. Security. After all the things, what we need? Security. Suppose we have goods, safety of it is required. Employees, safety of employee also required. So that is the security. So security part, safety of employee, asset and goods. That is the part of security. For that, insurance company is giving insurance to the companies. Simple. Going ahead. Accounting. Accounting means what? All the things done properly, perfectly. What is the profit? For that profit, financial statements are required. Some analysis is there. Because of analysis, we can understand this expense is more, which we can reduce in the future. This raw material expenses are very high. Financial expenses are high. We can reduce it. That we can understand by analysis of financial statements. So after doing full business, what we need? Accounting. Accounting include financial statement and statistical analysis. By analysis, we can take maximum decisions for future. So it's the 5th part. And last part is management. For all the things, management is everywhere. Planning, organizing, directing, controlling, coordination. Simple. So last part is the management, planning, organizing, directing, coordination, controlling. This is required. So in 6 parts, Henry Fayol divide entrepreneur's activity. Again, first what required? Machineries and production process persons. So that is the technical part. Then after, commercial, purchasing, selling and exchange of goods. If for that, financial needed, so financial activity, procurement of finance, procurement of capital, investment of capital. So procurement, use of capital and use of capital. Then fund maintain fund in the unit given to the owners, that is distribution of profit. Some profit is reinvested, so reinvestment is there. All the things done, financial and all the things done. Then what? Security. Security needs safety of goods, asset and employee. Maintain it. All things done, then make accounts, make financial statements so that we can understand profit. Make analysis so that we can understand where mistakes are done and which can be reduced. Simple. And at last, all the things completed, then what? Last thing is management. Now manage it. Planning, organizing, directing, coordination, controlling. In this 6 parts, activity is distributed by Henry Fayol. So today, scientific management, Frederick Taylor's principles completed. Henry Fayol starts. In next lecture, we will discuss principles given by Henry Fayol. Meet you in next lecture. Bye bye.